And welcome to the IATiP interview series where we're interviewing Niall O'Rahelly about his work in Hatch. So hi Niall, how are you doing?
Hi Sarah, how are we doing?
Great, thanks very much for joining us today. So I'm going to get started straight away because I'm dying to find out more about Hatch. So can you tell us a bit about the organisation?
Yeah, sure. So Hatch, I suppose first and foremost, Hatch is a venture capital company that invests in early stage aquaculture and aquatech companies and projects. And we also do consultancy through our innovation services side of the building or of the business. So I suppose Hatch can be kind of summed up in our vision statement, which is to catalyse farmed and alternative seafood innovation through responsible investment, expertise, and insights, supported by a strong, committed community. So that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah, well done for memorising that day.
I was reading a few prompt notes.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I was very impressed there. And tell me, so there's a lot going on with Hatch at the moment, and why is an organisation like this of interest to the Irish aquaculture community?
Well, I suppose what Hatch does is it focuses on companies that are trying to solve problems in the aquaculture supply chain, both globally here in Ireland. So, especially with primary producers here in Ireland, like we have companies in our portfolio solving serious issues and problems to the industry, such as sea lice, licensing, nutrition, genetics, software, even stuff like you wouldn't consider is associated with aquaculture, like financial services. So all of that is very relevant to the Irish aquaculture community.
Yeah. A lot of things you wouldn't think of nearly, that there's such a big landscape there. And can you tell us what you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, so we've just finished up the BIM Aquatech Innovation Studio down in Kerry. So we just finished up on the 22nd of October. And what that is, it's a 2-week program funded by BIM through the European Maritime Fisheries Fund, where we develop early stage aquaculture businesses and research. So yeah, we just finished up on that and we're already getting ready for next year. So we'll be running the new innovation studio in June, July, I think next year. We'll also be running a global accelerator next year where we bring on 10 companies that we invest in for an equity stake. And those accelerator programs are a 15-week program across our 3 locations in Norway, Singapore, and Hawaii. So that's on the cards. And I suppose the big one is we are raising 75 million euros for our Blue Revolution Fund for investing in early stage aquaculture products. So it's going to be the largest fund of its type in the world. And it's really exciting that, Hatch is an Irish company.
Which is amazing. There's so much going on there now in that space. And even, I know you're thinking very global, and you have offices all over the place, and you're a very global company. But if we bring it back to Ireland, is there what would you say are the biggest problems facing kind of the aquaculture sector in Ireland or the aquaculture community?
Well, the biggest problem in Ireland, and it's kind of no secret, is the primary production. It's almost impossible to get a license in Ireland to set up a primary production site. So I think the first primary production license was licensed in Bantry Bay in, don't quote me, 17 years. Yeah. So that's like, but what Hatch is focused on, and BIM are supporting us in this, is Hatch is really good at producing technology and talent. And when you think about it, I think 89% of the world's global aquaculture is not in Ireland. It's actually in Asia. And there's huge problems on the global supply chain that Irish companies can, tap into. So you get a lot of people in Ireland, they might be developing a sensor for the shellfish industry here in Ireland, but they may not even consider the huge global shrimp industry that the same technology can be used for. So Hatch, so Hatch is very focused on promoting Ireland on the global aquaculture stage.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You're nearly, a bridge between this whole other market.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. We've offices all over the world and a huge global network. So we're in a really good position to kind of just to get Ireland on the global stage.
Yeah, and you're not thinking of relocating to Singapore or Hawaii anytime soon.
I put in a transfer request to Hawaii, but yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
No harm, especially in the winter. That's great. Thank you very much, Niall. It's just great to hear more about what's going on with Hatch. and all the accelerators and the funds coming down the line. And if people want to find out more about the work you're doing, where can they go?
First and foremost, Sarah, they can have a look at hatch.blue on our website. And my email, I'll put a link in, but it's niall@hatch.blue. And I'll put in my LinkedIn profile as well. So just please reach out to me, connect with me, always available to have a chat.
Thanks very much, Niall. That's fantastic. And we'll get those details up on the IATiP website as well if anyone missed them there. So
Thanks, Sarah.
For that, and thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm sure we'll chat to you soon.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks a million. Cheers.